Who the heck wants to wake up at 5 a.m.? Am I right? I mean, nobody I know, including myself, but I still do it every day. Good morning, good life. Welcome back to Amy TV, where we come together to help you go after the life you want. Today I want to talk about the 5 a.m. club. What is the 5 a.m. club? Who the heck cares what a 5 a.m. club is? Well, I'll tell you, it's a fun little club I'm in where I actually don't have to interact with other people like most clubs, which I find to be amazing. Why would somebody wake up at 5 a.m.? I get this question a lot, and I totally understand why it's confusing if you've not encountered the benefits of it yet. So I wanted to break this down and talk about why it actually is going to make your mornings matter better and more than ever before if you were to join this club, and a lot of reasons as to why you might start thinking about it. Oh, and I also have 3 tips if you're already ready to join. So stay tuned. Before we jump in real quick, I just want to remind you that we are on a mission to make sure that we help 1 million people go after the life that they want. You can help me make sure that we are doing that by hitting the subscribe button on this channel so we can watch that ticker get up to 1 million. That's our 2020 goal. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. Okay, so what is the 5 a.m. club? Well, it's mostly people that wake up at 5 a.m. I'm actually between 4:30 and 5 these days. It depends on when I went to sleep, and I know that sounds ridiculous and crazy, but you don't really set a goal of going, I'm gonna wake up at that time. That's not what's really happening with people that wake up early. It's actually that they're reverse engineering their life. Do you have to wake up at 5 a.m., the actual time that is the case in your time zone? No, not necessarily. It's all about what's going on in your life. What are you trying to make happen? When are you trying to find more time? Specifically, more time that the rest of the world isn't bugging you. Less emails, less interaction with other people. Maybe those people live with you, maybe they don't. Regardless, when can we find the moments that are truly yours? The people that are in the 5 a.m. club, or whatever you want to call it, the early risers, I don't call them morning people. That's my whole point. I don't call them morning people because I don't think you have to be a morning person to leverage the morning. And that is the thing I want you to take away from this. Those who are getting up before the rest of the world have simply figured out what is important to them and that they need to find the time to make it happen. By the way, this could literally just be, I want to read more books. Wake up, read more books, less interruptions, super easy to figure out. You can probably think of about 11 million reasons why not to. And these are all the thoughts that you've had. Thoughts of discomfort, thoughts of procrastination, thoughts of I'm tired, I don't wanna. What are those thoughts? Are they lies that you've been telling yourself? Are they reasons to keep staying in the route that you are in instead of changing the path to your future? What are you telling yourself and what does it mean? Can you start to defy some of these lies that could be taking place in your life when it comes to the story you're telling yourself about waking up early? Let's break it down. If you clicked on this video, there's something about 5 a.m. that is interesting to you. It could be that you already wake up at that time. It could be that you've always wanted to wake up at that time. And either way, whether you do or whether you don't, you're trying to optimize it to some effect or maybe make it a little bit better for you. If you're one of those people that's not doing it at all, and you wish you were, then what is the lie you've been telling yourself about the fact that you're not for a good reason? There's probably now a moment you're having going, okay, well, I guess it's not a fact, but it's how I've felt. How you feel is super important, but the fact is also very important. What is the fact as to why it hasn't been happening? Because that may be very different than the story that's been told. That may be simply, just haven't really given it a good shot. Can we put something on blast super fast? I get accused a lot of talking about the same thing all the time on this channel, just by a few sort of special little cats in the audience. Let me explain why. Couple reasons. First of all, I like to think of myself as an expert, especially on something I do every single day. So that's big. Second of all, I just wrote a book on the matter. So solidifying expertise, I think so. And third, if you didn't need to hear this message anymore, you would not have clicked on the video. So specifically to those of you who have been thinking, dang it, I still want to do this, but I haven't. We're talking about something really simple. Do you care about your time or not. I try to provide as much information and value and entertainment and inspiration and motivation and all that happy stuff here on this channel for you because I don't like to waste a lot of time for myself and for you. So if you're going to sit here and you're going to take this in and this is going to change your life at some point, when are you going to make it happen? The lie you've been telling yourself is that you don't control it. If you really think you don't control it, what's going on? Now, there may be 1% of the universe that you don't actually control it. Okay. It's probably not you. So really break it down. Why do you not get to decide when you make the most of your time when you know perfectly well it very well could be an hour or 2 or 3 before you usually wake up? Defy the lies and make it happen. Here are 3 tips to join the 5 a.m. club tomorrow. Schedule your bedtime, okay? There's so many hours you need to sleep so that you can stay on earth as long as possible and be super healthy. Your body needs to rest for 7 to 8 hours. 7 to 8 hours? No, it's 7 to 8 hours. So if you're gonna wake up at 5 a.m., that means you need to be asleep by 9 or 10 p.m., depending on if you want 7 or 8 hours. So what time is bedtime? That needs to go on the calendar. That's a very important appointment that you're having with yourself. Self-love, self-care. If you need to be asleep by 9 p.m., you got to be in bed a little bit earlier than that and away from your phone. Totally different tangent. We'll talk about that another day. Set yourself up for success so you're actually going to be asleep on time so you can wake up on time. It's math, which I'm very bad at math, but I do love math for that reason. Number 2, plan your morning the night before. I get a lot of feedback from people who try the 5 a.m. thing and they wake up and they're like, okay, here I am, 5 a.m. Now what do we do? That's a really good way to fall back asleep real quick. I talk about 3 important buckets to fill in your mornings every morning. And so if you're doing the 5 a.m. thing, I suggest you fill those buckets at that time as well. Those are movement, mindfulness, and mastery. What are you doing to move your body? Whether it's some stretches, a little bit of skincare, do some stuff, go to the gym, whatever the case may be. Mindfulness, what are you doing to figure out what you actually think about the world today? Are you journaling? Are you meditating? Are you staying away from your phone? Yes, because being on your phone and scrolling is not mindfulness. And mastery, what are you doing to go after the life that you want? Maybe you have to do something big like eat the frog, that big hairy task of the day. That's what I tend to do. But if you're thinking about leaving your job and going full time into your passion, what are you doing to move the needle on that every single day? Read up on it, do some research, write something that's important for getting your name out there, make introductions to people. Emailing people is not checking email. It's still possible to communicate and make the most of that time before something sidetracks you later on. Decide your movement, your mindfulness, and your mastery, and that's a really good start to your day. And my 3rd tip is to reflect on the experience. The biggest thing that we miss is the why as to why we do things, right? Why am I going to keep waking up every morning? Well, if you never remember or connect with the fact that it made a difference in your world, maybe you had a breakthrough, maybe it felt good to just sit in some quiet space, maybe you got something done that you've been meaning to do for weeks and finally it is now complete. Reflect on the experience, whether it's immediately after, which I do recommend if that's possible, or you journal on it when you're in bed trying to fall asleep the same night. If you can't keep track of why you do things, it's less likely to become a habit. And that is what the real 5 a.m. clubbers are doing. They are making a habit of it. They don't just show up once and make an appearance and leave, because you're not in the club when you do that. Because guess what? Ain't nobody here at this club. You see yourself and that's it. Question of the day. What are those thoughts that you've been having about waking up earlier, potentially joining the 5 a.m. club, that have been holding you back from taking action? Are they factual or are they a very, very good story? Share that in the comments below. If you are already subscribed to this channel, thank you so much for being a part of the 1 million that we are trying to get to. And I really hope that you'll pick up a copy of Good Morning, Good Life. If you're still interested in more information about waking up earlier, making the most of the day, starting this day on your terms so you can master your life. The link to that is in the description below. That is all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life you want. Cheers. Hey, are you struggling to find time for the things you love? Feel like you're constantly on the go, but taking care of everyone else first? You are not alone, and you deserve so much more. Not only are you capable of taking on this challenge, you already have all the tools it takes to make it happen. That resourcefulness is all you need to get activated by your new daily mantra. Good morning, good life. It's my new book, and it launches on Amazon on December 10th. More details at goodmorninggoodlife.com. Okay, we do this now. Ready? Go. Get all the flyaways. Your hair is suddenly very flat. Stupid freaking hair, man. What's 4 hours before work for you? Why did I come up with the number of 4 hours? I don't really know. Let's cut that.